What's up with it, La Familia? Happy Sunday. Just had to pop in real quick.
J-U-S-T-J-A-E, fake niggas free, M-O-B, first lady on the panel, just J is the channel. When you're watching, gon' sub, hit that like, leave a comment, respect what she all about. Haters gon' walk it out, a lady be a lady, right now bitch, close your mouth. A Midwest gangster, thuggin' in the South, a princess from Chicago, ATL queen, pull up on the shoulder, she the hottest in the city, she a badass bitch, yeah, that thing seem pretty, hold it up, light it up, we just wanna smoke and ride. If you look into her eyes, she'll leave you hypnotized. Soft spoken when she talk, don't get it twisted, She got lady too bold, yeah they with it, What is you too street, she ain't come out here to play. Niggas like, who that is? That's my homie Just Jay. Sad.
Hey, how you doing? I guess it's just me and you. Do you remember me talking about this case? The lady, that was found unalive in the woods, 90 miles away from home. Okay. Well, we have an update, but I want to go back first because it's not my business. No, I can't, you know. Um, they said what they said, but okay. So we're gonna start from the beginning to get a to get the so we're gonna start from the beginning, a recap. Okay. 1 second. Hey, Montrese. I'm going to do a little back. I'm going to go back so we can be up to date on what I'm about to tell y'all or show y'all that they ruled her deaf as. Okay.
Yeah, as you can imagine, the daughter is still shaken by the loss of her mom. She
Hey,
tells me
Temple.
she knew something was wrong the moment she received that disturbing message. More than a week after authorities pinged Debbie Collier's car near a wooded area just south of Tallulah Falls in Habersham County, investigators continue to search for the person who killed the 59-year-old mother of two.
My mom was my everything. Somebody took my whole world from me.
Debbie's daughter, Amanda, and her stepfather, Stephen, reported her mother missing on the evening of September 10th. Stephen said he'd seen his wife the night before and that her rental was still in the driveway when he left for work that morning.
I started going to all the different places that I thought she would go, like Walmart, Ulta. I mean, I drove around
Now remember she said that, okay?
for at least 2 hours.
At 3:17 that afternoon, Amanda told police she received $2,385 from her mom via Venmo. The money transfer included a message that said, quote, "They're not going to let me go. Love you. There is a key to the house in the blue flower pot by the door."
Immediate hysterical. I'd never been through this before.
When authorities located Debbie's car, they found a red tote bag, down an embankment, a partially burnt tarp, and Debbie's clothless body.
She was a beautiful, kind, giving woman. And she didn't deserve any of this.
Amanda says the last time she saw her mom was Friday night. They ate dinner, ran some errands, and went home separately. She had this message for her mother's killer.
I just want them to rot in hell. I do, sir. I mean, it's not going to take my pain away. I know it's not. But I want justice for my mom.
Right. Take notes.
Habersham County Sheriff's deputies they are leading this investigation. They have not named any suspects at this time. We're live in Athens. Zach Summers, CBS 46 News.
Okay, so this is her husband's 911 call.
Yes. Came home. My wife wasn't home. Her driver's license still in there. The rental car's gone, and her daughter's here. And we were kind of worried about what's happening and where she's at. I was wondering if you could send somebody over here.
Could she have any medical issue? Let's say like Alzheimer's or something like that?
No. She's 59 years old. No, she has no medical issue until like that. And according to her daughter, who went up and her purse is still here with her driver's license. The only thing is.
Now remember, he said her purse is still there and her driver's license.
The phone is gone, and she sent her daughter a text about 2
And the phone.
hours ago saying they won't let me go. Whatever that means, we don't know. And I've been gone all day parking cars for the football game and all, and that's where we at.
What's your address, sir?
435 Rocky Drive, Athens, Georgia.
You said 435 Rocky Drive?
Yes, it's right next to Sandy Creek Park.
I know, right?
Okay, so she sent your daughter a text message saying that
My stepdaughter
that they won't let.
Now, mind you, he corrected the officer. He didn't even want her to be called his daughter. Okay.
Let her go.
Yeah, she got a text message saying that.
And it come from her number, right? What's your name, sir?
Steve Collier.
Spell your last name for me.
Collier.
And your wife's name?
Deborah. Before we call her Debbie, but it's Deborrah.
Same last name?
Collier, yes.
How old is she? 59?
59. She just turned 59.
You just returned home, right?
Pardon me?
You just returned home, right?
Yes, I just returned home. I was parking cars until about 4:30, and when I came back, the van that she had rented because the car was in the shop was gone. I figured she was shopping for food.
Okay.
Everybody figured she was shopping for food. But anyway.
So, and her car is there?
Pardon me? Her van's not here.
Okay. But her driver's license and what else is there?
Right. Yeah, her driver's license is here.
Mm-hmm.
What else did she leave? With a purse or anything else?
Yeah, she left her purse, and her credit cards are here.
When was the last time she was seen?
Well, I left at 9 o'clock, and she was still sleeping. So, last night. I mean, she went to bed last night, and I left, and the van was here.
So, is your stepdaughter there though? I mean, did she see her today?
Pardon me?
Did your stepdaughter see her today?
Wait a minute.
You say a stepdaughter. Did she see her or?
Say that again. I'm trying to.
Why he don't want to answer the question? But we remember what he said.
Control a dog.
Okay, your stepdaughter. Did she see her?
No.
Your stepdaughter. Did she see her?
No. Say that again. I'm trying to control a dog.
Okay, your stepdaughter. Did she see her?
No. Nobody
Do anybody hear a dog?
has seen her. I was probably the last person to see her last night.
What time? You said 9 o'clock last night?
Yeah, about 9 o'clock we went to bed.
You left this morning, right?
Yes, at about 9.
I'm sorry. So did you see her this morning or last night?
No, I saw her last night at about 9 when she went to bed. And when I left, the van was here. And
so she was. You don't know if she was still there or not. You didn't see her this morning.
Right, except the van was still here. So I'm assuming she was sleeping.
What time was the message sent to your stepdaughter?
What time? About 2 hours ago?
About 2 hours ago?
Why did they wait 2 hours before they called 911? If she got a strange message like that, right?
Yes.
And it specifically said they won't let me go.
Pardon? Yeah, that's what the message said.
And that's all it said, right?
That's all it said.
And she was last seen driving, or she was driving her. What kind of car is that?
It's I don't know because her car's in the shop, so the rental place on
The van that she was driving, will she be in, or you don't know?
No, I don't know. It's Enterprise. She went a call from Enterprise. It's a Pacifica or something.
That's the car you saw this morning, though, right?
Yeah, the black van. Yeah.
It's a black Pacifica.
Yes, I'm pretty sure it's Pacifica.
And that's the rental car.
Yes, from Enterprise.
All right, I'm sorry. What's her birthday?
Deborah.
Okay, now I hear a dog.
D-E-B-B-I-E, or her given name is Deborah.
No, her birthday.
D-B-O-R-A-H.
Her birthday? And she white, female, black, female?
Pardon me?
She white or black?
White.
How tall is she?
About 5'5".
How much she weigh?
About 150. 145, somewhere around there.
What color hair?
Blondish.
Would she be going to somebody's house or?
That's a good question. I thought she was out shopping for food. Her daughter came over with that strange message and then went upstairs to her bedroom and found out that her driver's license and credit card's still here. So that doesn't sound like her leaving the house to go shopping like I thought she was. She usually shops for food on Saturday.
So she don't have any money at all with her or any other car?
Not to our knowledge. She has nothing.
But is her purse there?
Yes.
She left the purse as well?
Yes.
Does she have family here in town?
No, just her daughter.
Have you tried to call the hospitals and jails just to be sure?
No, I didn't think of calling the hospital.
Okay. Go ahead. Like I said, I got them on the way out there to you.
Okay.
Go ahead and call both hospitals, Athens and St. Mary's, and just check with the jail as well to make sure. And we'll have somebody come out there and talk to you.
Okay.
He was definitely talking to somebody. I don't know what I just did.
The code for Richard's.
I appreciate it.
And your phone number?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Okay. Bye.
Now we're gonna listen to her daughter's
Hi,
call.
my
She
name's
called
Amanda
twice.
Bearden, and I filed a missing persons report on my mother last night.
Okay.
Yesterday, excuse me, and I was just wondering if maybe I could speak with the detective that's been assigned to her case.
Do you have any further information?
I sure do. I mean, do you want the case number? I mean,
Go ahead and give me the case number so I can look it up that way.
Bear with me just a second. I'm sorry.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay, it's 2022 dash 0910 0216.
216.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, just a second.
Make sure you pay attention to what she say.
And the detective may not actually be in the building yet, so I may have to get your patrol officer, okay? So just bear with me just a second.
Okay.
So 09010.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, the handwriting is not that great, but it's 09100216.
In my opinion, I think she was calling to see what they knew.
Sorry about that. I think I missed.
No, you're fine. It's only me.
On Rocky Drive?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And what kind of update do you have, just so I know what to try to...
Oh, no, I'm sorry. I didn't mean like I had an update. I just meant... Oh, my God. I didn't mean... I'm sorry. I'm not in a clear mental state. This is my mother that's missing. I just wanted to talk to them. I wanted to see if maybe there was something that I could do. I do have the rental agreement number if they needed that. I mean, that's the only thing that I have to offer. So maybe, because she was in a rental car, I do have her rental agreement number. If they could maybe trace the GPS in it.
Okay. She wanted them to find that car. That's never mind. The way the car was parked. You couldn't miss it.
Okay. All right, what's your phone number?
I'm her daughter.
Yes, ma'am. Take a deep breath for me, okay?
I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. I'd be upset too. I completely understand that part, like being upset about it. So the officer that took your report is already gone for the day. He worked last night. And then the detectives, I don't think they're in the building right now. They're kind of working on an on-call basis, so I don't know that I can get in touch with them unless I have something, fresh to give them, and that would be something. But I can see if I can get another officer to call you back, okay?
Okay.
And we've got the bolo out for her. We got everybody, keeping their eyes peeled for her and that kind of thing. So,
I'm not trying to be a smart aleck here or anything, but do I need to hire a private detective maybe? Because
Why would you hire a private detective? Why would you even say that if the police said they're working on it?
I mean, and I'm not trying to be ugly or anything, but I don't understand I mean, I know you don't know everything, of course, but why hasn't what I've asked being done? Like, why isn't the GPS in her van being traced? Do I need a private detective to do that?
And she adamant about that GPS in the van too.
I mean, I'm not trying to be ugly or anything.
I know.
I just, the most help.
Okay, so here's the thing. She's an
She's an adult.
Right.
I get it.
So that makes things a little more difficult because people are allowed to leave and go and do things without telling other people. And I know that's not a good answer. I understand that. But that is also, that is also part of it because she is an adult. So it just takes some time also to do these things. And so I don't specifically know what they've done yet or not. I wasn't here last night, so I don't know.
It's the heavy breathing for me.
But from my understanding, they would be doing everything that we know to do currently. But I will definitely get somebody to call you back, okay?
Okay, thank you for talking to me.
It's no problem, ma'am. I'm so sorry. I hate that this is happening to you. What was your name again, sweetie?
Amanda Bearden.
Amanda Bearden. Spell your last name.
Bearden.
Okay. All right. I'll get somebody to call you back here shortly, okay?
Thank you so much.
All right, thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
She called twice.
Athens Clark County Police.
Hi, can I speak with Colonel Johnson?
Okay, I don't have a Colonel Johnson.
Okay. He just called me. I have some more information for him, and I wanted to get it to him.
Yeah, like she trying to figure out what they know, not like she really. Like to me, in my opinion, allegedly, it just seemed like she fishing to see what they know.
My name's Amanda Bearden.
Okay. All right, hold on one second. I talked to you earlier, so it was
Yes.
Sergeant Johnson we had you talk to. Hold on.
Sergeant Johnson. I'm sorry, honey.
No, that's okay. There's lots of Johnsons around here, so I want to make sure I got
No, I get it.
You just need him to call you back?
Yes, ma'am. I thought about it, and I have her iCloud information. I know that and correct me if I'm wrong, but if the phone is turned off, it would still track her. But I do have her. I've got her Apple ID and what I thought was her password, but the password isn't working. I don't know if y'all have technology or whatever, but I do have. I don't know. All
right, hold on one second, okay?
He said he'd call me back. Okay, thank you.
Okay, this is her sister's 911 call.
Yes, sir. My name is Diane Shirley, and
okay, so everything she say, she throw it on her niece. What her niece told her. Keep that in mind.
my sister lives in Georgia, and my niece told me she was missing. Her name is Deborah Collier, or she could go by Debbie.
Okay.
And I'm wondering if y'all have any information about it.
As far as, no, not other than with the officer or whoever.
Hey, Downplay.
I don't know anything. Where does she live? Do you know?
All I know is Athens. I'm sorry. I don't know her address. Collier.
Okay.
Collier.
Yeah, I wouldn't have any information. When there's something, they will contact the family. Whenever they have something for that.
Okay.
Now we're gonna get the narrative that her niece told her.
All right.
We're just not getting information, so I'm just.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that.
I am really worried about my sister.
Okay.
And
you know, you have any information where she might go, or you have anything to add?
Well,
to it,
from my niece, she said that she was in an accident about a month ago, and she was, on the road. She was following this truck, and this truck lost a paint can, and the paint can hit my sister's car, and the paint went everywhere. And the driver was trying to convince my sister.
I'm sorry, I didn't get that, but this is a lie. This is the lie her niece told her. That happened in February, and the man did not do all of that. It was debunked.
Not to tell the cops that he was driving because he was out on parole, and there was, a stipulation to his parole that he couldn't drive.
I got you. I'm sorry. I was going to ask, do you think that was told to anybody else? Well, do you think that was told to the officer, that concern?
That's standing from my niece.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know if the officer knows that, but I can have him call you if you want to pass it along with anything to help,
Yes, I would really appreciate that.
Yeah, that's no
problem. Because I'm in Alabama,
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I'm in Alabama, and I really do. She won't, she's not communicating very well with us, and I really would like to know what's going on.
I got you. Yeah, since you may have insight on that, I'll have the sergeant give you a call. Is that okay?
Yes, sir. That would be wonderful.
All right. And let's see here. Excuse me one more time. What's your name?
My name is Diane Shirley.
And your phone number?
Yes, sir.
And this is your sister, right?
Yes. Her daughter's name is Amanda Bearden. She would have been the one her and her husband, Steve Collier, would have been the ones filing the report, was my understanding from Amanda.
Okay. Yeah, I'll just have them give you a call, okay? Just hang tight, all right?
All right. Thank you so much.
No problem. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Now, after all the 911 calls, there was a videotape of her. And that's coming next.
New developments in the mysterious death of an Athens woman in Habersham County. Video has surfaced of Debbie Collier at a Clayton business the day before investigators found her body miles away from the store. Fox 5's Kevin Stewart has the video, and he is live from Habersham County's Sheriff's Department with more details.
Yeah, Christine, investigators are calling this case complex, and certainly they have a lot more to do, but this new revelation video is clearing some things up. This is Debbie Collier walking into a Family Dollar in Clayton, Georgia.
She locks the car door, clearly has her purse on.
On Saturday, September 10th. It's just before 3 p.m., only hours before Collier's husband reported her missing. In this security camera video, you can see her picking up several things, including a rain poncho, a tarp, paper towels, and a torch lighter. The Habersham County Sheriff's Department says this clue is crucial. A spokesman tells Fox 5 News all of those items were found here at the crime scene the next day, next to Collier's nude body with burn marks on it. They didn't know how they got there. Now they do. Also, they now know Collier was still alive at 3 that afternoon.
So she basically bought everything that she had that they found her with. So she basically bought her death kit.
But here's the added twist. In a statement, investigators say over the weekend, Collier's daughter, Amanda Bearden, told them she was at the Clayton Family Dollar that Saturday. A review of security video and interviews so far hasn't backed that claim up. And we have been trying to reach Ms. Bearden all day, but have been unsuccessful. We came here to the Sheriff's Department scheduled to get an interview, but they decided that they're going to hold off until later in the week to do on-camera interviews. And of course,
but I want to do a recap just so you get all the details at once. So I'm gonna get there.
We will be there and have those latest developments. But for now, we are live in Clarksville at the Habersham County Sheriff's Department. Kevin Stewart, Fox 5 News.
Wow, I wonder if officials are any closer to solving this. Kevin, keep us posted. Thank you.
More breaking news at this hour just coming into the newsroom. The autopsy has now been released in the death of Athens mother Debbie Collier. In a huge turn of events tonight, the medical examiner with the GBI has now ruled her death as a suicide. According to the autopsy, the 59-year-old's death was a result of inhalation of superheated gases, thermal injuries, and hydrocodone intoxication. Detectives have been investigating the circumstances surrounding Collier's death since September after her body was found.
A suicide. So she wrapped herself up, poured gasoline on herself, and set herself on fire and grabbed the tree. Okay.
Burned 50 miles from her home in Athens. Now, they previously said they were investigating her death as a homicide. However, today's report is calling her death self-inflicted. All right.
Georgia family wants both closure and accountability amid the growing.
Now, this is her son. This is when she was still missing. This is what her son's
The daughter of an Athens mother found dead and
now her daughter finally decides to speak to the press. This is her second time speaking to the press after the first time when she was trying to squeeze tears out when it first happened.
Habersham County is now speaking out publicly. Since Debbie Collier was found, Amanda Bearden says that she's faced intense scrutiny, and some of her own family members are accusing her of murder.
My mom would be very ashamed.
Yes.
Of people that have cyberbullied me. She'd be rolling over in her grave right now.
Bearden spoke to the Crime on the Record podcast tonight, and despite police saying that her mother's death is a homicide investigation, she says she believes her mom died by suicide, saying that she took off from work the week before her death and was giving away a lot of her belongings. And she also says that she believes that this is her mother seen in that security video. You can see it.
How do you know your mama was giving away belongings if you just got there? If you just moved back Thursday, they found your mother Saturday. How do you know she's giving away stuff?
It right there, released by police, something her own brother doubts, as he told us earlier this month.
I've never seen my mom wear shorts in the last 5 years of her life.
So you're questioning if that was even your mom in that video?
Absolutely. Yeah, I am. I have a lot of concerns.
By the way, Amanda told Crime on the Record that police told another family member that they're waiting on 2 reports to come back before releasing any more details on this case.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. We spoke earlier in my live stream about
Now, when she was doing all of this, she said she ran to the store. She was looking at the stores, looking for her mother.
how Amanda Bearden's stories keep changing. Here's the example that I promised to clip together to you guys, referring to her driving around to multiple locations that day looking for Debbie. Did she lie to the media in the first interview, or did she lie to her family members on the podcast? In case you missed the live stream, I'll link it down below, and please comment your thoughts.
I started going to all the different places that I thought she would go, like Walmart, Ulta. I mean, I drove around for at least 2 hours.
Okay, so the phone call to 911 was made first, and then because there's some reports that you went to look for her at Ulta and Walmart. So for what I'm hearing, you're saying that.
Interesting. She was found on 9/11 and she spoke out on 11/9. That's interesting.
You tried to get hold of Steve, you went to your mom's house, and then you called 911. So you weren't out searching for her for hours before you made the call?
No.
Now, y'all heard her say she was searching for her for hours. So why did her story change? And they ruled this lady dead for suicide.
First tonight at 11, the son of Athens woman Debbie Collier is breaking his silence.
This comes nearly.
Yeah, she lied. And I don't know if they're gonna say it in this one, but her son said he didn't even think that was her in the Family Dollar.
2 months after his mother's body was found partially nude and burned in Habersham County.
We're all trying to piece it together, and I'm asking again for help because my mom deserves justice.
Tonight, Jeffrey Bearden's fight for justice may just leave you with even more questions about this bizarre unsolved mystery. 11 Alive's Cody Alcorn spoke with him tonight. And Cody, what did he decide to, or what made him decide to finally speak with you after all of these weeks?
Jennifer, Jeffrey, he wants answers. He wants justice for his mom. And as I learned tonight, he has some questions of his own. The last time we heard from the Habersham County Sheriff's Office was on September 30th.
We believe that this act was deliberate and personal.
Debbie Collier's body was found on September 11th, 50 miles from her home in Athens, in this remote area of Clarksville. The day before her body was found, the Sheriff's Office released this video of who they say was Debbie Collier inside a Family Dollar not far from the...
So mind you, she did the interview on November 9th, right? Why hadn't they still had the toxicology report and hey, Snapping Turtle, they hadn't had the toxicology report and the autopsy by that time? September to November.
crime scene in Clayton.
It doesn't make sense to me why my mom was in Clayton, Georgia, especially that there was a Dollar General that she frequently visited that was less than a mile from her home.
And what about the tarp and reusable tote bag she bought? Items which were found next to her partially nude and burned body.
I mean, we have tarps at the house. I found about 20 to 30 reusable bags at my mom's house.
Something else caught Bearden's eye.
I've never seen my mom wear
Hey,
shorts
Easter Bonnet.
in the last like 5 years of her life.
So you're questioning if that was even your mom in that video?
Absolutely. Yeah, I am. I have a lot of concerns.
No suspect has been named, but 11 Alive confirmed search warrants were served at Debbie's home and the home where her daughter currently lives. When asked about that,
I do not think my sister has the capacity to hurt my mom. She was my mom's lifeline, but I don't trust the people that my sister hangs out with, and that's my concern.
as far as the bizarre Venmo payment of $2,385 sent from Debbie's phone to her daughter's on the day before her body was found,
I've never seen my mom Venmo that large of an amount of money.
there's one thing Bearden made very clear.
I am not going to stop until you are in jail or you're on death row.
Now, Jeffrey Bearden has also questioned how the Habersham County Sheriff's Office has handled this investigation.
She also sent the text to him. Wait, it gets better. She also sent the text to him, her son, saying, "I love you," but it didn't go through. They found it on her phone.
Bearden tells me last week he called the sheriff, and when he questioned the sheriff about the investigation, how they've handled it, he, quote, snickered at him on the phone when he pushed for answers. Bearden went so far to ask for the sheriff's resignation on how this whole thing has been handled. Now, I did reach out to the Habersham County Sheriff's Office tonight for a comment, but I've yet to hear back. Bearden tells me he will not stop pushing for answers until his mother's killer is caught.
But she's still been taking money from my car.
Now, this is her boyfriend. Listen to what he say. This is from last year. It's not related, but just look at his demeanor and just look at him. And mind you, this lady was found, how she was found.
And that's the only reason we've had any contact, because every week she takes $500 or $600 from my check. And I just don't see how that's right.
So she's supposedly Venmo her daughter $2,385.
She goes and does dope with my money. Like I've made over $30,000, $40,000 this year, and I'm completely broke because she spends it all on drugs. And my issue, there's clothes in the house that is mine.
Could you tell me what happened when you came over here this morning?
I asked for my clothes, and she said I needed to leave. I just got here. I haven't done anything wrong. That window's been broke. Can I just leave if she's not going to give me my stuff? I really haven't. We're
just trying to figure out what's going on. Because,
This was in 2021. He had a no contact warrant. No contact valid he wasn't supposed to contact the daughter, but he went over there anyway. But you heard what he said, how she takes his money and does drugs with it, blah blah blah.
beating on somebody's door this early, causing scene at the door. So I understand. Like stuff's been stolen or whatever. But
she said to not ring the doorbell because the cat doesn't like it. I just knocked on the door a couple times. I haven't done anything that they're saying. They've already made false charges against me before.
So y'all were talking through the door at each other?
Trying to. But if she wants me to leave, I'll leave. I didn't know.
All right, man.
Can I just go?
Just stand by with me so he can talk to her. What's your name?
Andrew.
Andrew.
I just want to be done with her.
Have y'all?
She's been cheating on me. She's been doing drugs. I've never done any drugs in my life.
Have y'all had police involved before in y'all's business?
Yeah, and that's why I'm trying to get my money back because we're not supposed to
Right.
have contact, but she's taking $500 each check.
Why aren't y'all supposed to have contact, Andrew?
Because
Is there like a court order?
I guess
So the daughter has a history of taking money from her boyfriend's check. Like he'll finish this complaint. I think he said it already. Her account is hooked up to his account and she just takes his money.
so. I don't know. I went to court a while back, but
Did you get arrested?
I've been arrested before. Well, the last time I got arrested because they falsified whatever. I mean, her mom, dude, I don't know what the issue is here. I don't know why I'm so unliked. This girl got hit by a car, and I'm taking care of her. I don't know what the problem
Let's
is.
get in the shade.
I
Over
would
here.
just like to, I mean, I work hard.
Where do you work at?
Williams-Sonoma.
Williams-Sonoma. Okay.
I just want to know why it's okay for her to steal $600 a week from me, and I can't do anything about it.
It's not okay. So we're here now, so
Because
maybe
last
we can
time I
help
went to
out.
court, I mentioned that, and
What'd they say?
I mean, well, they pushed it back till another day. So like,
How does she have access to your money?
well, long story short, when we were together, my phone broke. Long story short, I mean, she's manipulated me into all the where she could have all my money, basically do whatever she wants to me, kick me out whenever she wants, basically just do whatever. And it's okay because I'm a man. There's nothing I can do about it, like other than just let her do it or leave.
But how does she?
His mindset. That's his mindset. He does whatever she tells him to do because she's a woman and he's a man, and there's nothing he can do about it.
I'm asking.
Well,
how
long
does
story
she?
short, I didn't have a phone
Uh-huh.
because my phone broke. So this is the dumbest mistake I've ever. We linked our cards together so she can send herself money from my card. So I mean, the first person to touch my money is her, and it's usually $500 or $600.
Where do you work? So how do you get paid through your job?
Well, I just recently switched it to a paper check, so she couldn't do that, and
Okay. So you kind of took care of that problem.
yeah, but I mean, it's still $3,000-$4,000 that.
And
you got to go to court for something like that.
And he lying about the drugs because it was a man's rehab facility. This lady was found 90 minutes away from her home in the woods, burnt. Partially, her stomach was burnt. And she was holding on to a tree.
If she's not willing to give you the money back, you got to take her to court, a civil court, because y'all live together. So it's a civil issue.
But we don't live together anymore.
Y'all did though.
Okay.
So
I'm just trying to figure out because I've told her like, hey, don't take any of my money. I'm staying at my grandma's, and then all of a sudden.
Can you speak to whether Amanda Bearden has any
Now this is
acquaintances or friends?
now I want you to watch this because this is what they felt about the husband. Because to me, in my opinion, allegedly, his phone call didn't make sense either.
Family in the area?
Like the investigator Casey said, we can't confirm that right now. I'm sure once we start getting some of these subpoenas and search warrants back on these phone records, we'll be able to give an answer on that at that time.
When was the last time Amanda told you all she saw her mom? And can you confirm a report that Debbie's husband, Steve, was working during the time of Debbie's disappearance?
All right, so what we can confirm as far as that question right there is that we know that Amanda talked on the phone with her mother on Saturday afternoon. I'll have to look back at my notes from the actual report itself to be able to give you some kind of actual time for it. But the last time she spoke to her mom was on the phone. As far as Steve working, we have pulled video from Synovus Bank where he stated that he was working that day because of being a UGA gang. He works for a private company called the Optimus Club that private contracts Synovus Bank's parking lot to park vehicles for the game day. They use that parking lot to
He sort of has an alibi. Sort of.
provide parking for people coming to the game. We have confirmed that he was there from, I'm making sure I get the times right, from 9 to 4:06, 9 a.m. to 4:06 p.m. on Saturday.
Hey, Brian.
I'm Nora Almazon at WCHM. Do you have any reason?
Okay. Okay. So let me play this one. Not the 911 call, but let me play this one more time. Hold on. Because this makes absolutely no sense to me.
More breaking news at this hour. Just coming into the newsroom, the autopsy has now been released in the death of Athens mother Debbie Collier. In a huge turn of events tonight, the medical examiner with the GBI has now ruled her death as a suicide. According to the autopsy, the 59-year-old's death was a result of inhalation of superheated gases, thermal injuries, and hydrocodone intoxication. Detectives have been investigating the circumstances surrounding Collier's death since September after her body was found burned 50 miles from her home in Athens. Now, they previously said they were investigating her death as a homicide. However, today's report is calling her death self-inflicted. All right.
Georgia family wants both.
Okay. That's enough of that BS. Okay, so that's the update. They ruled it a suicide. So she wrapped herself up in a blue tarp, poured gasoline all over herself because they went back. The crime scene was tampered with because they went back later and all of a sudden they found a gas can that was half burnt. It was gloves all over the place. And how could you go back to a crime scene days after the crime though and find evidence to pick up? They found a live round on the ground. I don't know if it was related, but this lady poured gas on herself and set herself on fire. Somebody make that make sense for me. So basically, they ruled her unaliving a suicide. So she won't get justice. Everybody heard the lies her daughter said. She said she went here and went there. And then when she was interviewed, she said, no, I didn't say none of that. My neighbor said the day before someone was arguing in the house. It sounded like a younger female arguing in the house. She had just came back. She moved back Thursday. Friday, Friday there was an argument. And Saturday she was found. Hey, Brown. And Saturday she was found like that. And they said it's a suicide. I can't make sense of that. And I can't do nothing about it either. But that don't why would the detective that answered the phone laugh at her son when her son called for information on his mother? Now, rumor is, and it's just a rumor, I don't know, I haven't fact checked it, that her boyfriend's mother is in prison. Well, yeah, her boyfriend's mother is in prison. She's like some big drug dealer. I do as well. She was some type of big drug dealer, and he also had connections with the police department. How could you rule this lady unalive a suicide? I can't see nobody pouring gas on themselves. So if she wrapped herself up in the tarp, how she set the fire? It makes no sense. Her son doesn't even believe that was her in Family Dollar. He said he hadn't seen his mother in shorts in 5 years. Now, she had a hydrocodone intoxication. She had a bad back. So, I can see why she had hydrocodone. But did somebody make her take it? I mean, I can't reopen the case, but I don't feel like this lady got justice at all. And it's sad because her daughter I don't know. And then she blatantly lied. She said, I went to the stores looking for my mother, and then they turned around and asked her again, and she said she didn't. And nobody is investigating that. Why? Then every time they would walk up on her boyfriend for an interview or something, he would say, I didn't do it. We were sitting in the house. We boarded the house up because we're scared. He's been in, yeah, I'm like, yeah, I am. He's been in, trying to direct everybody over to the other channel. He's been in, like, if he sees his name or her name on the anybody's content, he gets in their chat. Plead, trying to plead his case. He talked to a blogger. She wanted to make sure it was him, so he sent her his ID, his social security card. Yeah, he, like Don said, so you could tell he was a little off. Okay. Well, you on the right channel. You on my commentary channel. That's the one that I wanted everybody to be on. That was Brown asking me, was I streaming from both channels? Brown, did you subscribe to my main channel? Let me pin a link just in case. Turn that down. Do you have my other channel? Are you subscribed to my other channel, Brown? Before I drop the link. I'm just going to pin it. There isn't. This lady, I don't. It don't sound right to me. But who am I? That's the other channel. I'm going to pin it to the top. And I'm going to drop the link in case anybody wants to come up here and talk about this BS. How could somebody even stand? Oh, this case has so many inconsistencies. But that was the update, guys. It was ruled that she did it to herself. She poured gasoline on herself. Okay, thank you, Brown. She poured gasoline on herself and wrapped herself in a tarp, I guess, and set it on fire. Her son said they had a lot of tarps at the house already, so why she didn't grab one of them? Oh, but before she did that, she said she sent her daughter a Venmo message saying they with $2,385 saying they won't let me go. The key is in the key to the house is under the blue vase. Love you. Her daughter said she didn't have her purse. Her husband said she didn't have her purse, her phone, or her ID or her credit cards. She was clearly in Family Dollar with a purse and a card in her pocket. So I don't either. And when I saw that, that just broke my heart because this lady ain't going to get no justice. I pray that one day the answers come out and the truth comes out because I don't believe that bull crap. I just can't see anybody. So how does she even? How could you go back to the crime scene weeks after the crime and oh, here's a gas can out here? So the dog, I don't know. That's why the husband looked fishy to me. Hey, Lady K. Girl, they ruled it a suicide. That's BS. Then her daughter lied again. Lady K, are you subscribed to my other page? The link is at the top. That's gonna be my main page. Right. That's how I feel. How do you do that? How do you set your how do you wrap your how do you do that? How do you wrap yourself up in a tarp and set it on fire after you pour gasoline on it? Now, the police dogs had to find her, right? There was no mention of gasoline. The dogs, when they found her, they should have smelled the gasoline. Then after that, it was so many people that went to the crime scene after that. So the crime scene was already tainted. Whoever did this was cold. They were cold. And her daughter clearly lied. She said, let me play this again because this don't make no sense. Hold on. This makes no sense. Did y'all rule this lady death or suicide? Thank you, sis.
Back to the channel. We spoke earlier in my live stream about how Amanda Bearden's stories keep changing. Here's the example that I promised to clip together to you guys, referring to her driving around to multiple locations that day looking for Debbie. Did she lie to the media in the first interview, or did she lie to her family members on the podcast? In case you missed the live stream, I'll link it down below, and please comment your thoughts.
I started going to all the different places that I thought she would go, like Walmart, Ulta. I mean, I drove around for at least 2 hours.
Okay, so the phone call to 911 was made first, and then because there's some reports that you went to look for her at Ulta and Walmart. So for what I'm hearing, you're saying that you tried to get hold of Steve, you went to your mom's house, and then you called 911. So you weren't out searching for her for hours before you made the call.
No. She said it out her own damn mouth. Hold on. Let me finish letting her lie. I guess that was it. That make sense. Yeah. He said, wow, slap her. That's crazy. This lady ain't gonna get no justice. Her son said he hasn't seen her. He didn't believe that was her at the store. He hasn't seen her in shorts in over 5 years. And she texted him, but the text to him didn't go through. She texted him, I love you, but it didn't go through. Because after she texted Amanda, they claimed her phone went silent. Why didn't his text go through? And who is they? Who is they? If she did it to herself, who is they? The voices in her head? It mightn't, but he would know his mama better than I would. I don't, the son is was really like trying to find out what happened. From what I get, they had a close relationship. I can kind of tell. But he said he don't believe that was his mother in the in that Family Dollar. And when he called the police office, the sheriff laughed at him. I'm asking about my deceased mother and you're laughing. So what's really going on? It makes absolutely no sense. None. Then she was dressed up like she was about to go to a game. It was a game that day because her husband was parking cars. Her husband has a time gap between the time he finished working and the time that he got home. It's the sister. It's his sister for me. I believe her son. I really do. I seen his sincerity. But that boyfriend, I mean, somebody walk up on you and you be like, I didn't do it. That make no sense. But yeah, that's the update on Debbie Collier. This poor lady who supposedly poured gasoline on herself. Her son doesn't think it was her. He said he hasn't seen his mother in shorts in over 5 years. He don't think that was her. We didn't see the face. We only saw the top of the head. Every time they came out with something, some more evidence, it made no sense. And now you're saying it's a suicide, which completely makes no sense. Allegedly. Somebody got ties to something. And then her daughter, when she called 911, she kept on saying, can you GPS the van? Can you GPS the... Why would you say that? Because that van was in plain sight. So obviously somebody wanted to find the van. They wanted her body to be found because she was left there. Mm-hmm. Yep. So they closed the case, I guess. And this lady gets no real justice, in my opinion. That's my opinion. And obviously my whole chat. Whew. Mm-mm-mm. Well, basically that's all I have. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And the boyfriend, like I said, his mother was a big drug dealer. She's in prison. And they said that his father had ties to the police, allegedly. I don't know if it's true. Allegedly. The sister said, her niece said that she was just in a bad accident with and the man begged her to not call the police and spill paint all over the car and everything. That happened in February. So you mean to tell me her car is still being worked on in September? She was her daughter, because they said it was a young lady's voice, was arguing with somebody in that house the night before, said the neighbors. Makes no sense. I'm trying to. Can somebody make that make sense? Somebody, anybody. Right. Bunch of BS. So I wanted to give you guys an update because I told you I was going to stay on this story. And that's the story they came up with. She did it to herself. She wrapped herself. I mean, I don't know how she did it, but all I know is they didn't even say anything about the gasoline. Like, she didn't inhale gasoline. Like, how do the dogs find her? And y'all followed the dogs. Nobody smelled gasoline. Nobody said anything about gasoline in those press conferences or those news reports. Then you go back weeks later and find a burnt gas can. The husband, the daughter, and the daughter's boyfriend. They seemed suspect to me. Somebody got connections somewhere, and she'll never receive justice. And that was a cold way to die. People went back to the crime scene after it happened, which made the crime scene tainted. So how can you go back weeks later? Oh, there's a gas can. I need somebody to make that make sense. I'll look into it. I don't want to merge the stories. What's up, Juice? Yeah. Somebody had connections to the somebody had connections. I had to do a moment of silence because I'm like, it makes no sense. And I've never heard of any murder investigation where you could go back weeks later and pick and find evidence and put it into and count it in the case. Never. So I'm thinking maybe the lady in the cashier in Family Dollar, because she swear that was Debbie. Maybe they paid her too. What up?
I don't know. What's up, little sis?
Little sis, not talking
How
about
you
this.
doing?
I'm good. Talking about this that lady that they found burned and holding a small tree in the woods.
The one that committed suicide?
Yeah, that's what they say. Allegedly.
Allegedly.
That's crazy. Who had connections to the police department though? Because somebody had to. I'm just saying. Allegedly.
The Klan. The Klan.
The Klan.
The Klan had connections to the department.
You breaking up. You sound like a robot.
I said the Klan, the Ku Klux Klan. Can you
So
hear me now?
Yeah, I heard you. So you think they did it?
No, you know, whoever did it probably was a member. You know, everybody got memberships in these little towns now.
But why would she was blue? Why would they?
They regulate them too now. Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm. I'm just shaking my head because it makes no sense.
Yeah, shit. The Ku Klux Klan killed all kind of white people in Mississippi back in the day.
Damn. Don said stop picking up lot lizards.
Tell Don, if he only knew.
Yeah, so
I'm gonna pass right by Rob's house today.
he probably sleep.
Probably is. I'm gonna blow right past that motherfucker too.
Probably sleep.
I gotta go to the Carolina coast, pick up some chicken.
I just had to do this update because that's crazy. That got my head like, wow. Her son said he didn't even think that was her in the Family Dollar. He said she don't wear shorts. He haven't seen her in shorts in over 5 years. She was dressed up like she was going to the game, but she was 90 minutes away from home. Then the van was like in plain sight, and the daughter keep on asking, "Can you GPS the van? Can you GPS the van?" In the news conference, she said she went to stores looking for her mother, but then when she finally decides to talk, she said she didn't say that. You clearly said that. You clearly said that.
This remind me of another situation.
I don't think her son. I think her son was genuine. Juice. I don't think her son had nothing to do with it. He was upset when he called the police department and the sheriff laughed at him. How do you laugh at somebody who's asking you, do they have any updates on their mother's unaliving?
Like I said, that's an organization did that.
It had to be somebody powerful. Yeah, it had to be somebody powerful, but what? She must have had a big insurance. I wonder how much her insurance policy was for.
Let me tell you something, Jay. In these little towns in Georgia and Mississippi is about to like. You know, Mississippi is a little bit more different now. Since we had to show with our ass a few times, especially in my little town. But in my little town, they pulled a black man and a white woman out of a cave about 10 years ago. You listening?
Mm-hmm.
Pulled them out of a cave about 10 years ago in a 1960-something model Chevrolet. And the car was still looking like brand new when they pulled them out of there. Because they had covered them up, wrapped them all in plastic, wrapped the whole car in plastic and put it and drove it in and pushed it in the cave or whatever and covered them up. And they just pulled them out 10 years ago. Now, somebody had to know exactly where they was at.
Right. Yeah, that's what I'm wondering, Don. I wonder
Yeah,
how
Don,
much.
I am going to North Carolina today, so I might pick up a lizard. Might.
Damn.
There's a possibility there's some fine lizards over there.
I'm quite sure he hear you. I am curious to know what her insurance policy, because she had a good job.
Jay,
What up?
do a couple of shows on this and shut it down, because they catch wind of it, they're going to send you a threat.
Oh, ain't this the last one? They done solved it. So they say there can't be no other updates unless they turn around and find out that it was a lie.
I would have found a less painful way to kill myself, though. I took 50 aspirins or something. I wouldn't have wrapped myself up in no tarp and burnt myself or whatever.
Make that even make sense? Pour gas on herself, and they said, what is gas inhalation? What would you call that if you inhale gas?
Yeah, what you just said.
But that's not what they said, though.
Like the equivalent to like carbon monoxide poisoning or something.
Let me see. This some bull crap. Now, let's roll this back one more time.
I'm finna lay it down, Jay.
All right. I'm about to shut this down in a minute anyway.
I'll be in the cloud.
All right.
All right.
After investigating the death of an Athens woman for months as a homicide, the county coroner has now case closed after investigating the death of an Athens woman for months as a homicide. The county coroner has now ruled it a suicide. The case of Debbie Collier's bizarre disappearance and even stranger death made international headlines and split family opinions as to what exactly happened.
That's how they found the van.
How did we get here? Debbie was reported missing from her Athens home on September 10th. The following day, investigators found her partially naked and burned body down a ravine in Clarksville in Habersham County. That's nearly 50 miles from her home. It wasn't until September 30th that investigators held a news conference calling her death, quote, violent and personal. They said that they were investigating the case as a homicide. When Cody Alcorn spoke with Debbie's son, Jeffrey, on November 1st, he said he firmly believed his mother's death was a homicide. But his sister, Amanda, disagreed in a podcast nearly a week later, saying she believed her mother died by suicide. Today, officials said Debbie Collier.
They asked her mother, did she have any, they asked her daughter, did her mother have any, mental issues? I don't believe that, though. You said that, but I still don't believe that.
Death was the result of, quote, inhalation of superheated gases thermal injuries, and hydrocodone intoxication.
Bullshit. Tell my manager. Crazy. That's bullshit. Okay, well, explain this then, Cass. You still there? Explain this one then. What is the point of this right here? Hold on. That seems like a hard way to kill yourself. Like, how could you pull that off?
Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. We spoke earlier in my live stream about how Amanda Bearden's stories keep changing. Here's the example that I promised to clip together to you guys, referring to her driving around to multiple locations that day looking for Debbie. Did she lie to the media in the first interview, or did she lie to her family members on the podcast? In case you missed the live stream, I'll link it down below, and please comment your thoughts.
I started going to all the different places that I thought she would go, like Walmart, Ulta. I mean, I drove around for at least 2 hours.
Okay, so the phone call to 911 was made first.
She finally decided to speak out. Look at this date. Her mother was found 9/11. She finally decided to speak out 11/9. And then she lies.
And then, because there's some reports that you went to look for her at Ulta and Walmart. So, from what I'm hearing, you're saying that you tried to get hold of Steve, you went to your mom's house, and then you called 911. So you weren't out searching for her for hours before you made the call.
No.
How is that even possible? How is that even possible though? You pour gasoline. How do you go back to a crime scene weeks later? Oh, there's a gas can. Never said nothing about a gas can or a gas smell when y'all found her. But you go back weeks later like, oh, there's a gas can. Casanova, I still don't believe it. Some BS. Yep. Let me see if I can find that. They probably scrubbed it from the internet because they know it didn't sound right. Yeah. That's what I said. He ain't shit. I will have to look in that. Ugh. Holding onto a tree. How do you hold onto a tree after you pass? Everything releases itself. Damn. I can't seem to find it, but anyway. They was trying to rule it a suicide last month. I think it was the father and the daughter and the boyfriend. I truly don't think it was her son had anything to do with that. Okay. I know, right? Why you being messy? And then they can't even find the paper trail. They couldn't even find out where the paper was. They couldn't even find out what happened to the $2,385. Yep, she got a Venmo after she left Family Dollar. The timing, she got a Venmo. Her daughter got a Venmo from her with $2,385, saying they won't let me go. I love you. The kids under the blue vase. And the text to her son didn't go through. He didn't even know it was a text to him saying I love you. That's why I recapped the whole thing at the beginning. All the lies that you told on camera that we can see. What was the point of the lies? Oh. So she just popped a bunch of pills, poured gasoline on herself, wrapped herself up in a blue tarp. I don't know how her hands got out to set the fire. And her daughter steady saying, did you find the car? Can you put the GPS on the car? That's why she left it like that. That's allegedly, my bad. It's all good. I'm about to shut this live down anyway, just so you might want to watch the beginning and see the BS, this whole case. Yeah, I'm about to shut this one down. Anyway. Okay.
What's up with it, La Familia? Happy Sunday. Just had to pop in real quick.
J-U-S-T-J-A-E, fake niggas free, M-O-B, first lady on the panel, just J is the channel. When you're watching, gon' sub, hit that like, leave a comment, respect what she all about. Haters gon' walk it out, a lady be a lady, right now bitch, close your mouth. A Midwest gangster, thuggin' in the South, a princess from Chicago, ATL queen, pull up on the shoulder, she the hottest in the city, she a badass bitch, yeah, that thing sitting pretty, roll it up, light it up, we just wanna smoke and ride. If you look into her eyes, she'll leave you hypnotized. Soft spoken when she talk, don't get it twisted, She got lady too bold, yeah they with it, What in is you too street, she ain't come out here to play. Niggas like, who that is? That's my homie, just Jay. What's happening?
It's all good. I'm shutting this down anyway.